A Gloucestershire referee with over 3,000 games to his name says he has no intention of hanging up his whistle just yet. Brian Stevens, who's 75, spent over 20 years as a Football League referee and still officiates over his local youth league.
His last professional game saw him send off a player who's very well known to us here at Points West. He's been speaking to Gloucestershire reporter Steve Nibbs.
Football League games.
Brian Stevens' first game was in February 1963 and his notebook records more than 3,000 since then. A mix of unknown local and famous national sides.
Aston Villa, Manchester City, then the week after Randwick versus Bussage. That was your career.
That was a regular thing, yeah. Really nervous, until you blow your whistle. And then once you blow your whistle, you're concentrating so much on the play, you don't even hear things, You don't even hear the crowd.
In those days, Brian fitted the games around his day job, but he does have 3 Wembley finals under his belt, as well as some legendary games, such as this famous FA Cup third-round defeat of Manchester United by 3rd Division Bournemouth.
I quite like watching the replays now, because every time there was a goal, I was sort of stood on the penalty spot looking at the actual play, which was just inside. So I was in a really good position both times, when they scored both their goals.
Not everyone was happy with the result, though.
We got in the car and off we went, and I thought, well, there's something strange with the lights. So we got to Salisbury and I pulled over where there were some lights, and both of my headlights were smashed in.
Brian officiated over many famous players and some yet to be famous, like this young Manchester United mascot by the name of David Beckham. But the managers also showed Brian respect, like Brian Clough, whose Nottingham Forest had just lost 6-1 to Plymouth Argyle in a testimonial.
As we were changing, there was a knock on the door and Brian Clough came in. He said, "Mr. Stevens, you have a pleasant journey home." He said, "You did your job far better than I did tonight." And shut the door and off he went.
Brian's last ever professional game at the age of 52 really sticks in his mind, though. It's this 1991 clash between Bristol Rovers and Bristol City. And the last ever professional player he sent off was...
Jeff Twentyman was sent off for a professional foul on Allison.
Unfortunately, he went into a tackle and he missed the tackle and finished up on the ground, and the opponent went past him and he just pulled him down, and he was the last defender, so he had to go.
Easy decision?
Easy, very easy, yes.
But with over 3,000 games under his belt, Brian still referees at youth league games in Gloucestershire and loves it just as much as he did on day one.
I still enjoy it, and I think there's such a shortage of referees now. In our local Australia League, we've got 7 divisions, and there's probably 15 to 20 referees short every week. So I do it for that reason, but I also think, well, it's keeping me fit.
Brian's long career has seen congratulations from those at the top of the game. Now working at the grassroots, there's no sign of him giving up just yet. Steve Nibbs, BBC Points West, Stonehouse.